You're tuned in to CBRP 102.3. Can't Be Replicated Productions.
Her last breath became his curse. 2 lives given, but he felt the worst. One cried new, one cried alone. He held a baby, but she was gone. She whispered, "We're almost there," as the monitors flatlined into prayer. A nurse turned pale, a doctor froze. He kissed her cheek, still warm and cold. Tubes like vines on a garden of pain, and silence fell like a godless rain. Cut the cord but couldn't cut the ache, and from her womb came all he'd break. He named her Grace like she would have done, but Grace felt cursed on her dying son. He left with 2, a soul and a scream, but half them stayed in that ICU scene. How do you raise light in eternal night? How do you cradle joy when love took flight? He sang her name in lullabies, but Grace just looked with her mother's eyes. A house of walls, no warmth, no breath. He lived in life, but slept in death. Every laugh carved guilt inside. He held Grace close, but a part of him died. On bloodstained dreams, his hands shook while she learned to scream. Milk and morphine, memories mixed with baby steps and existential twists. He wore grief like a second skin, smiles cracked like porcelain. Friends stopped calling, he stopped praying, talking to ghosts, hearing what they saying. I'm not her, the baby seemed to cry, but he only saw her in the baby's eyes. She took her first steps on the day he fell, not from grace, but into his hell. Would you blame a man whose world turned black, who searched for God and heard no back? Kissed her hair, whispered goodbye, but it wasn't her he meant when he cried. Would you blame a man whose world turned black, who searched for God and heard no back? He kissed her hair, whispered goodbye, but it wasn't her he meant when he cried. One shot, 2, the bottle's near dry. A letter folded on the crib side high. Forgive me, Grace, I tried so long, but I don't belong where love feels wrong. Blood and milk both stain the floor. One soul too young, one too sore. And when the papers came, they said insane. But grief don't ask, it just remains. Now 3 stars burn in a mother's name. A broken man lost in love's remains. In heaven's hall she waits in white, holding Grace in eternal light. And maybe, just maybe, he made it right.